Alright guys, welcome to the High School Star League 2017 playoffs for League of Legends. We're into our consolation match. It's Harvard Collegiate Institute versus Montville Township Secondary School. Brian Custodian, Kid and Strong here bringing you all the action for this matchup. And pleased to have you all with us here today. So gonna be having this best of 5 match between these two teams, and we'll see how it goes down. So both of these teams coming here into the consolation match here after both being swept in the semifinals by their respective teams that are headed to the finals now, and we'll be seeing them duke it out for 3rd and 4th place. Just Crusader Kid in here for you guys today, so don't mind the solo cast. Of course, after this matchup at 4:30, we'll be having the start of our grand final, so we may just be switching over to that match. However, picks and bans already underway, and some focus here, as we can see from both of these teams. Some jungler top laners being banned away by Harvard Collegiate. Montville Township taking away some AD carries out of the pool. The Lucian and the Tristana taken out, as well as that Nunu, so Caitlin's going to be that first lock in here for Harvard Collegiate. Very solid pickup here. Not too surprised to see that one coming through. And junglers, top laner is going to be a bit banned out, but both of these teams just deciding to early pick these champions that got focused out first. So that Renekton coming through, as well as the Zac here. And that's going to be the top lane and jungle pairing for this matchup here. Harvard Collegiate, first seeded team in this tournament right now. However, we're unable to make it to the finals. Got dropped down to the consolation match after a 0-3 loss to Thomas S. Wooden High School. And they'll be playing for 3rd place here. So Galio locked in for that top lane. Will be paired up against the Renekton. Could be Galio in the middle lane actually, while Janna gets locked in for the support here. So Caitlyn, Janna bottom lane. Very safe bottom lane here. And we'll see how these two teams decide to play it out. Also have the Vladimir being covered over. Now we'll get locked in, so into the second ban phase of the matchup here, as don't have the mid or jungle left open for Montville, for Harvard Collegiate, so Montville may look to focus a bit onto that there. And we have first 2 bans coming in. Looks like Harvard Collegiate gonna look to focus in on the supports, while Montville Township is looking to continue with banning out these junglers here. And yep, so Thresh and Bard banned away from Montville Township. Harvard Collegiate not gonna be able to pick up a Elise or Rek'Sai in the jungle here, so not too surprising to see these champion pools slim down by this part of the pick and ban phase. Jin locked in here for the AD carry from Montville Township, and that's going to be a strong one here going up against that Caitlyn. We'll have in that long range here, and ooh, and Nidalee going to be locked in for the jungle, so one of those heavy damage carry junglers coming in here. They'll be seeing if they can channel their inner Mike Young and pull this Nidalee through here. The Jace locked in as well, so we'll be having that Galio in the mid lane. The Jace up top lane and Nidalee in the jungle. I mean, you know, it could be Jace jungle. It was picked in the LCK the other night, but doubtful for that here. Jace for the top lane most likely. We'll be up against that Renekton. And we'll see what he can do against that lane bully of a champ. And oh, Blitzcrank is going to be this last pick lock in here. That's a champion that's been getting picked up a lot more in recent memory. So Blitzcrank will be coming in for that heavy pick potential, and we have our two teams locked in for game 1 of our Consolation matchup. It is Harbor Collegiate versus Montville Township, playing for 3rd and 4th place in the High School Star League 2017 Grand Finals. We'll take a quick break before we get on into the game. We'll be right back with game number 1 of the matchup. Stay tuned.
crimson black to color glass, to color glass. I'll paint out the sun again to say I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change a thing. Come with me. I'm here once again, and I'm dealing, I'm feeling the pain. So who takes the fall again? Come with me. Come with me.
Welcome back, guys, to the High School Star League 2017 playoffs. It's consolation match in Montville Township secondary, looking for the invade here as they roam inside the jungle, although not going to be able to catch anybody off. But I mean, that invade's just to be expected when we have a blitzcrank in the game. And unfortunately, another DC here is going to warrant another pause from these guys, which is why we've been having so many issues getting into this game here. There's lots of disconnect issues, unfortunately, from both of these teams. So gonna look to get things sorted out here as we prepare for the first game of our consolation matchup here. But unfortunately, we've been getting quite delayed by all these pauses here, and we do have our grand finals matchup coming up fairly soon at 4:30 p.m. PST. So in about 2 hours, we have Thomas S. Wooden versus Garden Grove High School, but gotta get through all the pauses here first, as we just wait for these two teams to get set up. Teams look like they're about ready to get started here. And yep, unpause coming through. So we'll get back on into the game right now, guys. And it's going to be game 1 of this best of 5. Hopefully without any further delays here, as these two teams will be taking it to the Rift. Harvard Collegiate versus Montville Township Secondary School. Harvard Collegiate, as has been said many times over many HSL broadcasts, #1 seed in this tournament. Montville Township Secondary, the number 39 seed, so they've had to make their way through that 64 team bracket, but have been able to, and are now playing for 3rd and 4th place here in the grand finals. I believe it's probably their first championship appearance, and it has been for pretty much all of these teams here. Harvard Collegiate claiming the top place in our winter championship this past season. And interesting starts from both of these guys. Violence to end in 17. Already gonna find themselves in a bit of a duel before they even get to that top lane. Violence to end is gonna force 17 out, and he's gonna be able to get some experience advantage, I think, there, but not too much besides that. We'll see how the matchups play out. So that Galio ended up going into that top lane, and we do actually have the Jace in the mid lane here for Hal. So Hal will be playing the mid lane Jace up against Sam Screams on the Vladimir here. We'll see how this matchup plays out. Not one you see too often. Renekton, though, gonna have a early start lead ahead of this Galio, which is to be expected. Renekton is being that lane bully. This bottom lane someone will have to watch, especially with the Blitzcrank in this lane. Janna and Caitlyn definitely going to be a lot more passive than the Jhin and Blitzcrank will want to be. A lot more CC on this bottom lane here from Montville Township. See how it plays out. The two junglers here, looking to see if we'll get any early game action. We do have a Zac and Nidalee, so it definitely could happen. Zac just being so effective across the entirety of the game here, and actually they were looking to see if they wanted to delay that blue buff take by Exka, but they're not doing so. Real BSC though finds a hook onto Jaco, and now Jaco 5,000 has to get back over the wall. Can do so with a 90 caliber net pretty easily here, so actually trading a lot of damage back over to Real BSC as well as Exka there. So not the worst situation for Jaco. Usually when you get hit by those hooks early in the game, you're gonna fear for your life, but was able to get out of that one, and Real BSC actually pretty low here. Minutes in, 0-0 the score line for the first game of our best of 5 matchup for 3rd and 4th place between Harvard Collegiate and Montville Township. Pretty sure you gonna be doing the jungler thing, tracking Exka a bit, seeing that he was just down by the blue side and wants to head up to steal away some Krugs, but decides to go for a gank on this top lane. Wants to get onto Violence to End, can't land that spear. Violence to End just able to simply walk away from that one and able to get out. So things will continue to remain calm between both of these teams. Looking across, I mean, CS advantages, not too much either way. A bit of a lead for this Renekton and a bit of a lead for this Caitlyn. It's to be expected. Jaco and Fights have been pushing up pretty hard in this bottom lane, and top lane, not too surprising to see that Renekton come out to the early lead.
Headshot.
Middle lane gank coming in forces that flash away from Sam Screams. And it's going to be an early Summoner Blood here. Interesting for the Vladimir here, opting for the flash and the teleport. Usually we see a ghost in there in the mix for the Vladimir mid lane, the flash and the ghost, but Sam Screams wants to be around the map, be present with that teleport. They put him at a disadvantage as Hal has an ignite, and Jungler is starting to score it off here as Sure was looking for an invade onto Exka. Just trying to get this Zac off balance here. Sure he does have a bit of an advantage here and wants to counter jungle once again, moving in onto the Gromp area this time. Good overload and real BSD force to be mindful of that as they're heading around the area. So yeah, it's calm for both of these teams, but we're seeing some CS leads a bit bigger here. Jaco is a bit more ahead of Food Overload in this instance. They just continue to shove up on this lane here. And in the top lane, violence to end, 55 to 37, so 17. Not having a great time up in this top lane. Opted to buy that second Doran's Ring, which don't see too often nowadays with the passive no longer stacking as much. So just down to some really game disadvantage here. Violence to end knows that he picked up that Phage first, wants to go for a bit more of a combative start here. So our early starts here for both of these teams. It's really not too much here, but Reassure has been active around this map and actively inside the enemy jungle. He's on the red buff now, but Sam Screen's gonna find him out. Forces a flash there, flash over the wall. Violence to end, picks up the first blood as he's able to follow with the slice and dice over the wall as well as the flash and takes down Reassure. So Reassure punished there for invading a bit too hard. Now Violence to end up on this top lane. Just picked up a red buff from that kill. And Exco will be able to secure his own red buff. So Reassure a bit too much counter jungling there in the mix and gets taken down, and assist over for Sam Screams as well. Close to securing the kill himself, but Chemo Plague wasn't quite able to land. Hal now still in the lane and 10 CS ahead of Sam Screams here. Sure he wants some payback here, moving around that middle lane, but won't be able to find anything. We'll see how they decide to end up playing it out here. It's Reassure still looking to go for some counter jungles. Now the blue buff will be able to take it successfully and get out right when Exka shows up. So Noodly able to get away with that here and really trying to put Exka down in experience here. He's a bit ahead in CS, but able to steal away one of those buffs is Reassure and he's been all over the map doing that. So first kill being handed over to that Renekton, probably not the best here, as 17 just going to fall further and further behind as the Kindle Gem gets picked up for Valentine, who's just stacking up for his items now. Exka is going to be coming in here into the middle lane, but was spotted at a bit, so Hal knows to play a bit more safe here. And he'll be able to, and Hal's able to get his own blue buff as Reassure was able to steal one away. And that's definitely going to help him out, as you can see Hal very low in the mana right now. Has a blue buff to keep him more sustained in that lane, and he's been able to dominate it pretty well, has that Hex Drinker, wants to get that extra magic resist, of course, when you're up against that Vladimir. We're going to up any other AP mid laner, honestly, so Jay's a bit more flexible in what he can pick up here, and Hal's been doing a good job of keeping this lane in check, although that gold lead is going to go in favor of Montville Township with the first blood, but maybe they want to turn things around here. Violence to end, looking to dash away with the slice and dice, turns around for the stun, pops that Dominus, but still getting chased after. Under the tower, Ryushoryu on top of him, 17 taking it up. Ryushoryu's low. They can't take down Violence to end. The flash forced out by 17. He was so close to going down, but was able to survive. And he's going to be able to go back there. So that was quite a bottom lane fights in trouble. Exhaust being thrown down to Speed Overlord, but fights is so close to going down. Flash by Exka to finish it off. Jacob able to escape there, but gets knocked up and knocked up again by Real BSC. He's under the tower, able to take up the damage there though. Just gonna have to lose all of his summoners and his support for it. So Montville Township just gonna keep their lead to a 2-0 start there as he got that kill on the Janet, and bottom lane, Violence to end, able to tank it up there and was so close to going down to 17 and Ryushoryu, but they couldn't find the damage to finish him off when he was right under his own tower. So forced to back away there, and he ends up jumping now to a 29 CS lead. Absolutely dominating this lane here. Middle lane Hal still with the advantage. Xkel trying to do some counter jungler of his own. Ace in the hole gonna be popped out onto him, but he'll be able to live through it. Hal, meanwhile, on the side, gonna find Feed Overlord. Does a lot of damage there with that Jace. So Harvard Collegiate down to 600 gold behind. It should be to that 2-kill lead. CS leads look like they're just kind of balancing themselves out here. But just a calm game to start out this best of 5 for both of these teams here. So see how it continues to go down as bottom lane consistently pushed in. A lot of these lanes consistently pushed in here, and pretty much most of the effect around the map has been through the junglers, as yeah, because top lane we saw that first kill, it was over to Violence to end onto Ryushoryu, and that bottom lane Exo came in for the gank to get that second kill of the game. Both of them going over from Montville Township Secondary School for the early lead. But there's a whole best of 5 ahead of these two teams as they battle it out for the 3rd and 4th place here. Black Fever finished up by Violence to end, gonna have a lot more damage. Meanwhile, Sam Scream's dueling it out with Hal. Hal on low mana, but Ryushoryu is here. But the spear from Ryushoryu isn't gonna be able to land, so that's gonna be another failed gank here by Ryushoryu. Hasn't been able to get many of them, but now there's Xka. Xka's gotten the one successful gank down, which has his only kill so far. Ryushoryu looking to hop around the jungle here, but gonna be spotted out there by that ward, so they know where he's gonna be. And Violence then looking to respond to that, looking to chase after this. Nidalee here gonna have that second slice there, the flash to get the stun down, but Galley ultimate coming out by 17. Possibly looking to turn that one around there. Ryushoryu's getting close in there, just doing the damage that he can. Meanwhile, Axka down in this bottom lane. Curtain Call gonna get popped here. Gonna be able to get the knockups and the kill onto Fights. Food Overlord It's his first of the game. 3-0 for Montville Township. As Exka gets another successful gank in that bottom lane. And it's so easy when you got a lane like Jin and Blitzcrank that can easily set you up for even more CC. So, another kill onto that Janna. And they'll be backing away after that, so now opting to look for that dragon. And Montville Township continues to fall further behind here, now down by 1,000 gold. Early in this game. Exka hanging around here, looking to do some counter jungling of his own, as we are seeing Real BSC looking to move in here for the gank himself, but standing in a warded brush, so they're kind of aware that this dive may be incoming, but they'll start it up anyway. Hal hit by the Hemoplague. Sam screams all the way ahead, gets taken down by Ryushoyu, but they turn it around. Looks like they want to pick up 2 exhaust onto Hal, chasing him down. Exka, Real BSC still trying to get in. Blast Cone coming in will help him get out. Exka in with the in with it. Hal still looking to get away here, and he's very close to getting out, but Violence to End is here. Exka takes him down as Real BSC had the hook there anyway. So that's going to be the 5th kill of the game for Montville Township. Ryushoyu found Harvard Collegiate's first, but went down 1 for 2 there. First turret falls in that bottom lane, pushed up by Jaco and Fight, as Real BSC was out on a very extended roam there. Balance and quickly responding by taking down that top turret. So the goal is going to be still in the lead of Montville Township, of course, with all the kills they've been able to find around the map. 3 onto Exka, onto the Zac, which is surprising. And he's going to be their main front line in most of these fights, as that Cinderhulk enchantment finished up here. Lots of gold has been given over to Valence to end as well here with that 1 kill with a lot of CS, and be sure you may be in trouble. Curtain Call getting popped here, and Hal looks to respond here by going in. Well, taking some damage, hooked over the wall. Real BSC taking him over, shields coming in. Ryushoyu looking for the engage onto Sam screens with the Zani's Hourglass coming through. Fights coming in. They're flashing with the Monsoon, but wasn't able to knock anybody back. Hal still looking for some damage as Exka now decides to join the fight. Hooked is Ryushoyu. He takes down Real BSC, but goes down himself to Sam screams. And at the end of it, it'll all just be a 1-for-1 trade. So 2-6 now the score line. Montville Township still with that lead. Valence to End chasing after 17 here. 40 CS about in the lead now for Valence to End. Huge lead for him. Exka is taking away this red buff, so paying back Ryushoyu there for the early game counter jungle. So now with the first turrets of the game taken down, looks like we'll be seeing a bit more rolling from both of these teams, as Jaco trying to trade with Sam screens will find himself in a lot of trouble, flashing over the wall, but right into Exka. And that's going to be Exka's 4th kill of the game. Meanwhile, Valence to End tanking it up here. Looking to get away though as he's getting poked down low. Ryushoyu jumping in, 17 in here as well. Hal slams him down, takes down Valence to End over the wall with the blast cone into the dragon pit. They're both going to get knocked back by the dragon, but will be delayed, but looks like they'll be able to escape. Hal, Ryushoyu still looking to chase here. Acceleration gate to try to get ahead. Ryushoyu flashing for that spear, can't find it though. Hal is front man here, but won't be able to find anyone. They'll look to steal away this blue buff as Valence to End is still down. Jaco just respawning, and now looking after Real BSC. He's gone. Hal with that kill. Food Overlord taking down to half health there under the turret. Real BSC looking to take away that blue buff with the hook, but ended up just getting smited down, and then he paid for it as they re-engaged it onto him and were able to take him out. So now some more kills going the way of Harvard Collegiate there. And we'll see what they can do with it. so. We've been seeing X-Go with a lot more advantages here, reassure you. 100% kill participation, but he's died 3 times. Those stats on his team currently, and X-Go's pulling out an impressive scoreline of 4-0-2 to start out this game, start out this match. Hitting this 20-minute mark, and both teams will be returning to the laning phase despite turrets already being taken down, so not seeing any lane swaps resulting there, which is a bit surprising. But we'll see where they decide to focus. Dragon has been untouched. It's an Ocean Drake, so not much priority from either of these teams, and they have really just not been looking towards that at all. We'll be seeing a push around this middle lane as Sam Screams is calling in his backup Montville Township. Going to be moving 4 members over here, looking to push this turret down. Responses coming out from Harvard Collegiate. Reassure you on the side, looking for a pick there. And the spear, but not on a champion. They had called down 17 here as well. Jaco is pushing in that, or Hal, sorry, is pushing in that bottom lane. As Montville Township back away from the siege for just a bit, seeing where they want to go. Maybe they want to lay down a trap for Hal here, who wants to move up the river, but Dragon finally gets started up by one of these teams. Montville Township going to be starting it up here. Looks like no contest there, as Real BSC chases down Hal, forces out a flash from him there, that blitzcrank forcing him out. Jaco's able to get that turret in the middle lane while the Dragon did go down, and in the top lane, Violence End gonna get ganked down here, but the teleport will be coming in. Sam Screams wants to join the fight here, and 17's in a lot of trouble because of it, getting out of there, but the Human Plague ticks down, and Sam Screams takes him out. Heroic entrance unable to get him out in time, and now middle lane push coming through because Harvard Collegiate weren't defending it. They'll just be put down to a little bit above half health there. But that teleport from Sam Screams being put to good use as he's able to show up and get a kill, taking down 17. While it's his first death of the game, he's been really getting dominated by this Renekton. Look at that CS difference still. Almost at 60 here. Violence End has just been farming it up in that top lane. Has a Black Cleaver finish, the Tiamat in there as well. Merc Treads also completed. And he has 2,600 gold to spare right now. So the game's starting to even out here as 23 minutes in. Montville Township hasn't really been able to grow their goalie. It's probably diminished a bit here as it's a little bit under 1,000 gold ahead for Montville Township. Harvard Collegiate have been able to find some objectives. They're leading in turrets here and have been able to find some kills in response. So now hovering around this middle lane, and we'll see where they decide to push here. 2 outer turrets down in middle and bottom, so top lane still left up, but they have to send a few people out there to stop Violence to end with all the pushing going forward here. He has that Titanic Hydra finished up now. And he's just been shoving up this top lane and really bullying 17 out of here. Over 80 carries. Jaco just picked up that Infinity Edge as well as a Static Shiv, so that's pretty standard on the Caitlyn nowadays. Meanwhile, Jin a bit more flexible with what he wants to pick up here, and he has the Yomi's Glow's Blade and the Rapid Fire Cannon. Fernangal got channeled in that bottom half of the map. Meanwhile, still trading out his Violence to end in. 17, Real BSC looking for an engage here, charging forward on the Blitzcrank, but takes a lot of damage here, down to half health, forced to flash over that wall, but looks to turn it around. Hal gets taken out of there over the wall. Comes across as Ryu Shoryu takes down Real BSC. Hal still alive. Monsoon healing him up. Siam Screams forced to use the Zanyas there. He gets popped as he comes back out of it. Violence and just now joining the fight. Chasing after though. Violence then getting inside onto Hal. Over the wall is Exka to help him out. Meanwhile, yet Jaco gonna be able to take down Food Overlord. The fight continues though. Exka gets popped in cellular mitosis form. Violence to end taken down by Ryu Shoryu. And then Zach gets finished off. So an ace there. And an 0 for 5 ace in favor of Harvard Collegiate. So able to play that one through and pick it up. The ace for them there. As it was a 4v5 fight for quite a while. And now they'll be able to push down here until a lot more objectives. This inner turret gonna go down here. In the bottom lane, Jaco's pushing up the middle lane inner turret. I won't be able to take it down. But we'll be able to do a lot of damage to that, and Harvard Collegiate able to win it out in team fight there, which is very impressive. Actually, this middle turret will be going down, but able to, nope, won't be going down. Able to win it out in a team fight there is impressive because in their semifinals match, that's what they were struggling with was winning team fights. Thomas S. Wooden High School won pretty much every single team fight in that match, and it was absolutely insane. Harvard Collegiate would have early gold leads from dominating the early game and kills in the laning phase with all the just in the laning phase, but coming up into the mid game and when the team fight to start to go down in 5v5s, it was all Thomas S. Wooden winning all of them here, but Harvard Collegiate wins the first team fight of this game here, although it was a 4v5 to start out with and a very hectic one there as they were fighting inside the jungle. But now they jump up to their own gold lead here as they pick up their third turret. They're about 3,000 gold ahead right now, and they have that kill advantage there as well, so able to stack up on some kills for their guys here, and impressive by them. Ace this early, that early into the game here. Pretty telling of how this may go. Now Harvard Collegiate looking to roam around as a unit. Now heading up to this top lane. They want to catch out this Renekton possibly, but Violence Den is able to get away. So they'll just opt to take down this top lane out of turret, which will go down very fast when you have 5 people in the area. Meanwhile, Sam Screams pushing in that bottom lane. He does have that teleport up as we do see this inner turret now being sieged here. Violence Den, they want to engage here. Over the wall comes Exka. Curtain Call gonna get forced out here as well. Looking for some damage. But not going to be used to too much effect there. Violence Den goes for it, gets rid of Real BSC. Hooks in Ryu Shoryu. But 17 is taking under this turret. And he's barely taking any damage as this turret continues to get poked down. Still a 4v5 in this top lane. Sam Screams doing what he can. He already pushed down one turret. And he's looking to push down more here. And now these guys are opting to back away. So this inner turret's just going to fall. And Harvard Collegiate Institute able to find their 5th turret of the game. Sam Screams still pushing in this bottom lane. Looks like he will be able to take down this inner turret himself here to make up some of that gold. He gets 2 turrets out of that push. But now heading over to this middle lane, this inner turret's so low, and only Violence Den and Feed Overlord are here. They're gonna lose this inner turret as well. Actually, no, Caitlyn here for the push. Turret's still gonna go down. 6th turret of the game for Harvard Collegiate, and they're just snowballing this lead forward now. Sam Screams backed away from that middle lane, or from that bottom lane, as JKO 5000 came there to challenge that push. And now we'll be seeing, heading over to the Dragons, Montville Township, a Windrake. Looks like they'll be able to pick up their 2nd of the game here. Uncontested. Montville Township going to look to ways to turn this game around now, as they had that early lead but have seen it disappear. So both teams just hovering around this middle lane area. Harvard Collegiate, you have to feel like they're in control with 3 tower advantage in the last team fight going their way with the ace. Stan's gonna be still pushing down in this bottom lane. He's about to Flame Horizon 17 here. A bit late in the game, 30 minutes for the Flame Horizon, but we'll be able to nonetheless. And oh, never mind. 17's fighting back here. 17 killing those creeps in the top lane here, making sure it won't go down. As Stan heavy pushing here on this bottom lane. Meanwhile, the rest of the teams, though, are looking to catch each other out here. Pushing into the jungle is the members of Montville Township, so they're actually taking a bit more charge here. Curtain Call gonna be coming out here, trying to catch off pretty sure. You're getting some poke down here as well. But unable to get too much from that. Once again, both teams back away. Harbor Collegiate, though, going to continue to remain in this middle lane. Montville Township responding. Real BSC trying to charge in here. Can't get that hook onto Jagro 5000. Sam Screams wants to get forward here with the engage. Monsoon coming out early. Fights super low, and Sam Screams takes him out. The Hemoblade ticking down. Flash forward by Sam Screams. A little bit under this turret. 17 comes in with the heroic entrance, but under the turret is Valenstan. He gets taunted up but gets the kills nonetheless. 2 for him there. 17 can't do much against 5 members. Can't take it all here, and he's gonna go down eventually as Real BSC finishes off that kill. 4 members down for none. Ryu Shoyu trying to get in, but the Zanu's Hourglass baiting him out there, and the ace coming through. That is gonna be the response from Montville Township. Harvard Collegiate had their own ace. They say, hey, we can do that too. And they take down that middle lane fight, taking another 5-0 here, this time for the other team. And now they turn around, look to take down this Baron as the middle lane turret falls. Valenstan pushing it down. Baron's going to be going down. Numbers are pretty low here, but they're going to be able to take it down nonetheless, I'm pretty sure. And yep, there we go. 32-50. First Baron of the game goes over to Montville Township. So, Montville Township able to find some response there, and they pull ahead. Back and forth game from both of these 2 teams, but the team fights don't make it look that way. 5-0 aces both ways. And turning out to be an interesting game here. Valenstan, though, you have to be wary of him getting on that back line. Look, he's picked up the Gargoyle Stoneplate and now the Guardian's Angel as well. 4 items completed on this Renekton. I guess you can say 5 items completed on the Renekton because of the boots. And he's going to be a scary threat here in that back line. He's been just diving it in all game to that back line to see if he can take him down. So, gonna have to watch out for him. Harvard Collegiate. It's going to be all up to the gallery here. He's picked up the... what is it? You know this. It's the helm. Knight's Vow. Knight's Vow and Bramblebest picked up here. So Montville Township looking to take control back. They're pushing in all 3 lanes. The 1-3-1 push coming through, and it's the effective. Sam Screams has his teleport. Valenstan doesn't, but Sam Screams may be in trouble. No, he's a Vladimir. He's fine, or is he? Foresees that Sanguine Pool as he's trying to get out of here. Turns around with the Humo Plague. And the Redemption coming in will be able to cancel it out quite nicely. Middle lane, though. Real BSC taking up the turret as they take it down. And now Howl just gets bursted down. Not much he could have done there as Feed Overlord picks up that kill. And they're going to lose that Jace there. And now, even more pressure from Montville Township. They still have this Baron buff active, and they're pushing all over. Bottom lane inhibitor turret gonna fall. Real BSC unable to take down fights after Hurricane flash voiced out, though, from the Janna. Top lane still being pushed in by Sam Screams, and now Montville Township have just pulled ahead in terms of tower kills. Valenstan is low, but he's still pushing in this bottom lane here. 1-3-1. The pressure is unrelenting from Montville Township. On all 3 lanes right now, Sam Screams gonna be forced to back away, taking a lot of damage from these auto attacks here. Gonna be forced to use the Zanya's Hourglass and will be going down, but the inhibitor goes down in the bottom lane there. Now they move back up to this middle lane. Inhibitor turret goes down, so that's a kill for the inhibitor. I'd say worth it for Montville Township if they're able to get away here, and looks like they will be able to, unless Reassuring wants to make a dive in onto Exka here. Exka gonna be pulling away from his team though, so they will be chasing after this Zac. Trying to take him down. He's going low. Can he escape? Gets over the wall with the elastic slingshot. Still pressing forward is Harvard Collegiate. Reassure leading the charge here. Acceleration gate coming in for the poke. Reassure jumping in. Flash from How to get in there as well. They want to turn this around. Knockups coming through. Reassure diving onto that back line. Meanwhile, Taunt's coming ahead. Food Overlord getting taken down low. Reassure forces out with the Zanya's Hourglass. Wants to end though, chasing after. He gets a kill for himself, but gets forced into the Guardian's Angel. He's trying to duel it out. Will be taken down by Hal. A hectic team fight once again, all spread out over the map. Exa, though, is going to be in there with the Let's Bounce. Can't do much. Here comes Real BSC going low. Exa able to survive. And now they continue to trade out Sam Screens. Look to turn this one around there as he comes back up. Reassure ticked down by the Hemo play again. Taken down. Now fights in trouble. He's being chased out all by himself. He's gonna go down. And now 17 is gonna be the next target. Real BSC chasing after. Gets the knockup with the Power Fist. And he's gonna go down here as well. I would have to say that's gonna be that. Montville Township pulling ahead here. They have an open inhibitor in the bottom lane. 30 seconds on fights, and Reassure 17 still down. It's only Hal and Jaco left to try to defend this base against 4 members, and Violence to End has to teleport and respawns in just a couple of seconds here. Looking to end it is Montville Township. They may just do so. Violence to End with the teleport in. Reassure isn't even up yet. They hook in Hal. He's gonna be taken out. Montville Township on the second Nexus turret. Jaco is too low. He can't do anything. Reassure back up. But Montville Township back in 4th game. They take game 1 over Harvard Collegiate. And that's going to be that. So Montville Township up with the 1-0 lead to start out this game. We'll be getting into game 2 in just a moment. So guys, we'll be taking a quick break and we'll be right back in for game 2 of Harvard Collegiate versus Montville Township in the High School Starlight 2017 playoffs consolation match. Stay tuned.